Old Spicy hat on. Okay, today we're trying to muddle through a lot of issues that people have, and I want to help people get some clarity on these issues. What are the issues? Well, most of us know that big pharmaceutical companies overcharge for medications, and they bribe doctors to get doctors to push their particular brand of antibiotic or whatever versus another drug from a different company. We know they do all these things. We know it. And a lot of times we get very upset at Big Pharma. But Big Pharma makes insulin. And if we don't have insulin, then all the diabetics are going to die. And if Big Pharma doesn't make antibiotics, a lot of people are going to get infections that can't be cured without the antibiotic. And there's all kinds of other diseases that people have, and they need the medication. If you're going to argue with me on that point, then you're some kind of a science of mind person that says it's all in your head, it's all placebo effect. We've all studied all this stuff, but the simple fact is you cannot rely on placebo effect to cure yourself. You can't, because it doesn't work. The science of mind bullshit doesn't work. It's a big horror propagated by people who are uneducated, anything other than what is it? It's a bunch of writings by a bunch of religious fanatics. People trying to, I mean, seriously, I've examined all this stuff for a long time because it's interesting, but it doesn't cure disease. I mean, if you're sick, are you going to go to somebody's church? Or are you going to go to the hospital? If you're serious. I mean, or if it's your child, you're running to the emergency room. Let's be honest about this. So all of these people, these new age people that say it's all in your head, it's like, all right, it's all in your head. But those people have been spouting the same bullshit for over 100 years, and they don't cure. They haven't cured the world of all of the diseases. So I'm just going to tell any of you people who are all about some kind of woo-woo way of curing disease to fuck right off. I don't want to waste my time with you. If you want to go and investigate this stuff on your own time, that's what I did. But I came to the conclusion is that it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work for the general public. They're always going to give you some, anecdotal evidence, like my science of mind teacher, like, I had a sore foot or whatever, like it cured itself in 2 days, my broken leg or something, and then I went off to Machu Picchu. It's like, it's anecdotal. But, I followed this, it sounds lovely, but it doesn't work. It's bullshit. And these new age people are dangerous. They are not grounded. Grounded means this is our reality here on planet Earth. And these people are off with their fancy theories. They don't understand science, so they're always poo-pooing real science that really does cure diseases. And they're saying, don't take the pills, don't follow any big pharma because it's all horrible poisoned. Follow my way. You follow these woo-woo new age people, you're going to be dead. Well, you're going to be dead anyway, but you're going to be dead from disease if you're trusting these faith healers. Faith healing is bullshit. So yes, we're stuck with big pharmaceutical companies whose agenda is making lots of money. Bunch of cars over there too. Look at all these people that bought cars. Car companies are in business to make money, but we buy their cars. So I'm going to go the same way, Big Pharma's in business to make lots of money. And we need their products just as much as we need the cars. It's being grounded in reality. This is the way it is on planet Earth, and I don't like a lot of things. But seriously, I need cars to get around, and I need medications when I'm sick. And these woo-woo new age people are a bunch of assholes. They're worse than Big Pharma. Because they're like defund the police kind of people. Seriously. I know there are bad people in my community, and I'm getting on in age, and you know, I'm not built like Muhammad Ali. I'm not going to take these people down. So yes, I want the police in our city. Because when these nasty gang drug dealers come to town, I want these people taken out. And so defund the police is a pile of garbage. Yes, we've had all kinds of stories about like racial profiling and things that, you know, people have a lot of upsets about. But I mean, if you're a police officer and you're human and somebody says it was a white guy wearing a red hat and I walk by and I'm a white guy wearing a red hat, and the policeman stops me and said, "This is who we're looking for," I'm going to go with letting the policeman use this. And I'm sorry if you think, you know, that somehow you are always being carded because of the color of your skin or whatever. But the serious problem is, if they're looking for you, it's because people like you are doing crimes. People like you are doing crimes. And it's too bad that certain groups of certain, what do you want to call it, racial profiling? It's too bad, but there's people that look like you that are doing crimes. How do we know? We know. We know. And it's like, you know, in Canada, it's like the Supreme Court says, well, there's too many people Indigenous who are doing crimes and are locked up. But the truth of the matter is, these people did the crime. Regardless what they look like, they did the crime. And the Canadian justice system said, well, if you're Indigenous, you're going to get some other special treatments. You're going to have to do this GLADU report, which looks into, you know, your upbringing, what brought you to commit all these crimes. And then you're supposed to get a different sentencing because of your racial background. How do I feel about this? Well, I think maybe they should do GLADU reports on people of all different colors, why they did crime. Why single out just Indigenous people? But why are so many Indigenous in jail? I don't know, but it's true. They're doing crime. I mean, we're tiptoeing around the fact that these people did crime, regardless of what their ancestry is. They did the crime. They were tried and found guilty. You can't poo-poo it away. They did the crime. It's time to do the time. And why are so many people out of a minority group in jail? Because they did the crime. What is it about this particular group? Well, I don't know. Cultural history is what they always say. Regardless, they did the crime. So we have to be grounded and realistic. And we have to keep remembering, you know, all these other things didn't stop the fact the person did the crime. And if it's in my community and someone is going around doing home invasions and they happen to be one color or another, I don't care what color you are. You're doing home invasions. You need to be arrested by the police and you need to be locked up because you're toxic. You're dangerous. That's the bottom line when it comes to policing and the justice system. These are dangerous people. They don't give a rat's ass about you. The one that's trying to go and explain why they're so bad. These people don't care. They love you, bleeding heart liberal. They love you because they get out of jail for free. But then they're back on the street and they're, seriously. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Yes, we need all kinds of social reform, but the truth of the matter is bad people are bad. They're bad. And there's bad people that come from good families that weren't poor. There are bad people that had opportunities and they went bad. Because they're bad. In the core of who their ego is, they're bad.